Oh my goodness. Devin Haney may very well retire from the sport, at least on a 2-year hiatus. This news comes when Devin Haney took to his social media and said, "I'm gonna take some time, spend some of my money, travel the world, and I'll be back in 2 years after Ryan Garcia's suspension and we can fight again." Wow. Now, I find this to be very bizarre from Devin Haney. First, when Ryan Garcia tested positive for the Ostarine, he immediately ran to the ESPN studios and did an interview where he stated that he had very little interest in even fighting Ryan Garcia in a rematch. He said, like, what's the point? I feel cheated. I feel wrong. I didn't want to be that guy. I knew something was up. But now that I know that he had Ostarine in his system, I don't really have much interest in fighting him in a rematch. I mean, these are Devin Haney's words, people. Now he's talking about when Ryan is free in 2 years, he'll come back. What? Like, for me, the reason this doesn't make sense is because, one, the commission has not actually ruled on what punishment Ryan Garcia will even get. So as of me recording this video, that information has not been relayed to the public. The commission is supposed to convene and, as a committee, as a group, decide Ryan's punishment. So we don't know if it's 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years. We don't even know what that is. So why is Devin putting out a tweet that says, I'm gonna enjoy the world, travel, spend some of my money, and in 2 years, I'll come back and rematch Ryan? I don't know if this is a joke. There's no indication that it is a joke, and people are gonna just hold you to what you're putting. Either way, this is a bad look, in my opinion, for Devin Haney. You could go in the comment section. I posted it. Other people are posting it. Just look in any of these comment sections. People are saying things like, Ryan retired you. It's over. This guy needs 2 years to contemplate his life, and Ryan changed, bro. These are the comments that people are leaving because you put this out. So I don't really understand the intent. Again, Ryan's punishment has not even been formalized or announced. So I don't even know if they've even rendered a verdict. Second, Ryan is the one that had a dirty test and popped dirty. So even if he does get a 2-year suspension, which to me, again, as of me recording this video, has not been confirmed by the New York State Commission. But even if that were the case and that's how it plays out, why would the person who didn't fail a drug test need to take 2 years off? Now, granted, on my video, based on the punishment, my past videos, I told you Devin needs to take 8, 9, 10 months to a year off. I do believe that. But 2 years is excessive in the sport of boxing. And boxing is a what have you done for me lately type of sport. This could be, if Devin Haney is serious about this, catastrophic for his career, because with it being an out of sight, out of mind sport, boxing is highly what have you done for me lately. That's the type of business that these fighters are in. So if you just disappear in the prime years of your career, nobody's gonna even be worried about it. And who's to say you could just bounce back easily after a 2-year hiatus? The other thing is, you got a guy like Floyd Mayweather, where he's had some sabbaticals, he's had some of these long layoffs and whatnot. Floyd, at a more advanced age than Devin Haney, always was disciplined and always controlled his weight. So for these young fighters, I don't trust them to take 2 years and be good with their weight, because Devin Haney, for the Ryan Garcia fight, had to weigh in naked, and that was only his second fight in this new division. So it's clear to me that Devin Haney is right on the cusp of outgrowing a brand new division, which is highly concerning. So if you take 2 years off and your walk around weight is what it is, like in between the Prograis fights and right after the Ryan Garcia fights and things of that nature, then who knows what your weight would even be like if you literally took 2 years off, like when Floyd Mayweather beat Ricky Hatton and came back to fight Juan Manuel Marquez. He was on basically 2 years. It was a 21-month layoff. So it would just be detrimental for his career, in my opinion, because how are you going to ever make the same weight class? And then if you did legit take the 2 years off, right, and came back and couldn't make 140, then who knows who would be the champions and things that at that point at 47-54. That just seems like who are you going to beat in that category? So a lot of ifs. Maybe he's not serious, maybe he is, I don't know. But the fact is, it doesn't matter. The fact that you're publicly putting this out and people are judging the comments that you've made, I think is concerning. And it shows me that Devin is having a difficult time embracing this loss, and the comments are further tearing him up. For me, I'm a grown man, so I'm not in this young generation. My MO is completely different. For example, for me, if I want to do something, I just do it. I don't have to pre-warn you. I'm not putting in 2 weeks. I'm just going to do it, right? I'm not going to tell you I'm going to take a vacation. I'm going to, behind the scenes, just make everything move. Devin clearly has the money. He has the resources to just plan a vacation, but he's going on social media to notify the public of this alleged 2-year hiatus potentially. It's very weird stuff. And this generation is very concerning because these young fighters, they keep doing these, it's almost like begging for attention type of things. Like we seen Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur said that he was retired from the sport. He's like, man, boxing don't deserve me, basically is what he was saying. Shakur was like, I can't get the fights. Y'all don't appreciate this, I'm out. And then now he's fighting in July and he unretired. And it's like the boy who cried wolf. I don't think people want to really be bothered with that. And then now Devin Haney is almost doing the same thing as Shakur, where he's potentially faking a 2-year hiatus. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if he actually takes 2 years off of the sport. But what's the point of even putting that on social media rather than doing it? Question one. And then question two is, what does that do for your career? So it really does look like Ryan Garcia has changed the trajectory of Devin Haney's career, because we never heard him talking about things like a 2-year layoff. Like when he had the tough fight with Lomachenko, many people said that Devin Haney should have lost that fight, but he wasn't talking like this. He wasn't talking about leaving the sport and I need time to think and stuff like that. So who knows what Ryan Garcia has done to him. Car off. So at the end of the day, we'll see what is decided, but I find it pretty weird and almost alarming that this is the behavior of Gen Z fighters, where when the going gets tough, it seems almost as if they get going and they can't handle the pressures of the limelight. Like when you're winning, that's easy. You don't need anyone to tell you how to act or to be happy when you're winning. But when you have a low moment in your life or career, that's what's really going to show, especially for men. That's going to show what you're really made of. There's a old General Patton quote that I love, and he says something to the degree of, I don't measure a man by times of successes, but how hard he falls and how he bounces back during those difficult times, right? And it looks like a lot of people in this new generation, when they're faced with different adversities, like they get kicked off of Twitch or, you know, take any type of L, some of them go and fall into depression. And it's like, these are everyday L's. We, like, as a kid, when I was growing up, we would take L's on just different things and you just live and learn and grow past it. But now kids start popping pills and falling off and going to deep depressions because something didn't go their way. And I find it very concerning. Like, Devin might need to get you know, some people in his corner or a therapist or whatever. Like, no one says you have to bow out for 2 years and like change your career. You lost. Ryan beat you. The fight is what it is. You can say the Osterine or whatever, but at the end of the day, people aren't going to unsee it. So we'll see what happens next. I just find all this stuff to be rather weird.